This is the remnants of Tropical Storm Bonnie. Hurricane Bonnie turned into Tropical Storm Bonnie this morning about 11 o'clock, something like that. It's now almost off of the coast at Nags Head, just below the North Carolina-Virginia line. This is the end of Browns Neck Road, looking out. Basically, we're looking north. Wind is coming northeast, probably about 35 miles an hour, something like that. You can see it's very foggy out there. Can't see much of the water. I was hoping to be able to show you something about how rough it is. Now this is just getting up in a short distance where the creek is. This is Bennett's Creek. So to the right you've got the marsh, and this is just what's getting up from the width of Bennett's Creek to the end of Browns Neck Road. This is down at the marina. This is the new pier. It's 4 years old, I guess. But this is at Bennett's Creek, looking across towards White House Cove, I guess it is over there. But you can see these sailboats on this pier.
Oh, it's dry.
Now this is the northeast wind that's just blowing in here. They're really they're getting a rocking right in the creek here. To the right is, of course, the marina. So that gives you a little perspective of where we are. And we can feel the wind blowing the truck, making the truck vibrate here, shaking a little bit. Little boat's getting a tossing over there, just tied at the mooring. Again, this is in a protected creek, so it's pretty interesting that when you take that into account. It's 6:53 now, roughly. Basically, I think low tide is at about 7:30, so the following high tide would be 1:30 in the morning. It's worth noting right now that the low tide is at the level of a this is actually higher than a high tide, normal high tide would be, and this is just low tide. So it's pretty noteworthy. Definitely blowing here. I'd roll my window down to the left, but the lens would be covered with water very quickly. I don't know if you can hear the rain hitting the side glass here beside me. Anyway, that's all of this. This is the end of Hunts Neck Road. Keep in mind, low tide is 7:30 about, and we got northeast winds blowing now that really just started up this afternoon, maybe about 2 o'clock according to Lynn. And with that, this tide is already up on the road here, the end of Hunts Neck Road.
It's already 10 after 7.
And you can see the waves there. I'm looking across Poquoson Avenue towards, I guess that's York County over that way. Looking back out now, I'm panning to the right towards Ships Point, which is at the mouth of Chisman's Creek. I think that's it right there, that point, and then looking beyond that towards Chisman's Creek. So even this water is protected somewhat by York Point over there. So it's not open sea by any means, but you can see it's still pretty rough. And interesting. Definitely going to be interesting tonight about 1:30 when the tide does come in, because I think we're going to see some real flooding then. This is where Lynn was baptized. Don't think she's going to be going in there tonight. It would take the Lord to put her in that water tonight. I don't know of any man that could do it. Over and out for now. The end of Hunts Neck Road. This is just looking out to the left, looking up towards Lambs Creek and up that way up the Cochran River. Definitely blowing. Nasty stuff. That's something for protected waters at low tide. This is down at the public boat ramp down by the marina in 722. So this is just about low tide, believe it or not. Look at the pier's almost covered up. Panning around, this is the new public dock. And you can see the water is within just a matter of about 6 inches of being, touching the base of it down there. The creek is getting wide, wider all the time. Looking back over towards the marina there, on the other side where the railway is.
Where we were before.
Yep. This is looking at the pier down here, where David's boat's on the end, and you can see these finger piers now. Again, keep in mind, low tide was 7:30, so 7:30, 7:45 along in there. So I mean, this is wind is pushing the water in here. See the back of David's boat there a little bit. Bow's dancing around pretty good, but it's riding pretty steady here, it looks like. Walker did a check on his sailboat over down Hartz's. Definitely rough. It's Miss Wilson's Pier. You can see that the water is right at the bottom of it.